Go.
Now everybody knows that I love to drink. This one right here is hard to drink because it's so many licorice. He put awesomeness in here. It's called the 7 C's. It's not even on the menu. It's a secret drink. And now him and I are friends, and he's gonna come and hang out with us tonight, maybe. Hey, let's go.
What's up, everybody? It's Neverland Nate. I was sitting in a different stream room. That was weird. I didn't see any of these folks below me. And speaking of below me, here's Skipper Sean.
Hey, Nate, how you doing?
Dude, I was sitting in another room for like 40 minutes.
I'm like, where the hell is Nate? I'm like, I guess I'll just start the show by myself. But hey, welcome. I'm glad you found the right stream.
Good to see you. Yeah, I was in a whole different chat room by myself. I'm like, I guess no one's joining me tonight. I'm going to do this by myself. I had all these pictures set up and all these things scrolling. But it looks like we have El Tiki with us this evening.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello, El Tiki. Good to see you. El Tiki, what are you tikiing and drinking tonight?
Someone put the red ass.
Yeah, it's got red booty.
Nice.
It's rum and mango juice with a little bit of lime.
So kind of what we were drinking last night without the heartburn.
Yeah, because I didn't have pineapple juice.
I didn't put any pineapple juice either. We just did mango and guava and rum last night. That's what we were drinking.
Well, that wouldn't.
And then I had to eat 3 times. Yep. So what's happening? We had a long week of a lot of things going on. El Tiki broke some mugs. Sean got drunk and passed out a bunch of places. We had to play Where's Sean? It's kind of like Where's Waldo, but where's
Pretty sure Sean? Nate woke up in the grass. So I wasn't the only one.
I did fall down in the grass, but that was because I was looking for you.
Correct.
Wow, so somebody's getting a lot of emails right now.
That would be me, and I'm not sure why.
It's just me. I'm just messing with you.
Maybe if Nate would stop commenting on Facebook.
There's no comments on Facebook. Did you post? Do you post? Wait a minute. Let's say hi to Dave. Hey, Dave. So there's Dave. Yeah. So El Tiki, tell us what's going on. Look at it. You're all done up. You look all pretty and stuff. What's going on?
I just felt like getting pretty.
Wow. Sean did too. He posted a picture of himself today. He looked very pretty as well.
I saw that picture.
It was fun.
Yeah, was it? You doing a photo shoot in your bed?
I was literally laying in bed.
How are you, Mario? Good to see you. What are you guys drinking tonight?
So I gotta go pick up some family members in a couple hours at the airport. So
I did that last night. Remember when you yelled at me?
Yes, because
okay, good.
We were drinking on the lanai again, unexpectedly, and we're like, "Where the hell's Nate? Why is he not here drinking with us?"
I wasn't invited. You invited Brian because he was out on his boat, but because I wasn't out on my boat, I don't think I was invited. I think that's what the caveat was.
You were invited. I was not on any boat. I was at a bar. And then
no,
I came back
said
here.
He was on the boat. You said, "How come you're not here?" Now I have a boat. I was trying to look. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna add the overlay right now. I was just trying to.
So you can't tell, but the right side of my face is literally burnt red, but my left side of my face is not.
How come?
Because I sat down at the pool for 4 hours and didn't rotate at all.
Today?
Yep.
Nice. I didn't. I went to the pool yesterday for a few minutes.
It was cloudy and not overly hot, but man.
No, it was only 72 here today, but it was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
It was.
We did farmers market today, and then we went to Sun Creek, and then you know what happens there, and then we made it home, and then.
So Ellie, I gotta ask, did you come over on St. Patrick's Day? Because I honestly don't remember if you were there or not.
I did not. My husband was trapped there in the vortex of Casa Lanai for 9 hours.
I don't remember much past like noon, 1 o'clock at the latest.
I don't know. From the stories I heard, I can tell, Sean.
Man, the
St.
pictures. I mean, Sean, it was still daylight out and you were passed out.
It
So-
happens once a year. My dad.
Maybe once a week.
I was about to say, I'm like, once a year? Who
Yeah,
are
I usually
you
don't start
trying to
drinking at 10 a.m. more often. It was a fun St. Patrick's Day. We had a lot of food, good brunch,
Yeah,
lots
there
of
was
drinks.
a ton of food. I mean, we had so much food: corned beef and cabbage.
Oh, so good,
green
though.
eggs and ham. Geez, Louise, you did the potatoes. There was cheesy potatoes. There was rolls. There was pastries. There was watermelon. That Finn ate all of it.
The
He ate an
entire,
entire
like,
watermelon.
yes.
There was some honey. There was cantaloupe. There
Yeah.
was
Strawberries, grapes, all kinds of mixed fruits.
breakfast sausage.
Yep, bacon. We had it
bacon.
all. It was a good spread.
No, it was a good time.
And by the end of the night, we had nothing left. And someone ordered pizzas. I don't know who ordered pizzas, but thank you, whoever did, because it was delicious. I just went like, oh, pizza. And I just grabbed a piece and walked away.
Yeah, that was 12 hours after I got there, and it was Desi that ordered them. So
Well, thank you, Desi, for the pizza. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
12 hours after you got
it literally was, because I left on the 13th hour after I got there by
I'm glad-
Uber.
I'm glad you
Uber.
did it.
I Ubered home. I did not drive.
Yep.
It was a pretty crazy night. It was but good times. Besides Sean spitting whipped cream all over everybody, I mean, it was a really good time. And having to play find Sean, it was just kind of like Where's Waldo, but yet Waldo, being Sean, wasn't on the map, so we had to go outside of the map to try to find Sean. So that was actually kind of fun.
And you found me.
I sure did. You were grumpaluffagus when I found you. So I'm going to do a shot right now in lieu of, or not in lieu of, but in cheers of playing Where's Sean.
It's just payback for when I played Where's Nate? Pick which theme park he might be.
I remember
Hey,
that.
I was peeing on the side of a fence. That at least I gave you a clue. You just left, and we had no idea.
Yep. Gave my wife my phone, and I disappeared.
Yep. But also, a lot of other people were missing their phones. But in other words, how was everybody else's St. Patrick's Day? Please tell us, comment what you did, how drunk you got, or what you've been up to lately. Because, so we just went through the whole spring fling, spring crowd, spring vacation rush down here, which was an absolute atrocity. I mean,
It's
it was
still bad.
It was, yeah. So now that Florida goes back to school tomorrow, and I can attest to the fact that how bad the airports were. If anybody's ever been down to MCO, you know that Southwest. If you park at Orlando Airport and you come up that big long escalator, once you get to the top, on the left is Southwest. They have that whole wing just for them, and then every other airline is to the right. The line to get to Southwest extended all the way down to the end of the airport on the right-hand side. So forget any other airline. They all had to like move their crowds around. It was, I mean, seriously, like no joke, probably 3/4 of a mile line in order to get to the Southwest gate, which I could not get to. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't even know what to say about this Fache Bokuzer.
That would be my mother, and I can't wait to get all my delicious food.
Okay, she's sending down Polish sausage. I think that's a euphemism for ask Gabby some questions. Who's that? It's got to be Manny. It has to be. So Gabby,
Yes.
what color lipstick is that? What shade of red are you wearing?
I don't know. It's like a plum color.
Well, you own the lipstick. You should look at the tube. Is that what they call it? Tube. And what does it say?
I don't. You think I have the on me? It's in my bathroom, Nate.
You
think like
know
women
who
just
would be in
carry
your
lipstick
bathroom
and
looking
body
at those? Why don't we get Maniella out here to tell us what color?
He wants you to grab my. He's shaking his head no.
No.
He's too busy playing Xbox since I'm in front of the screen.
Is he playing Call of Duty?
Yeah,
Oh,
for
I
sure.
figured he was still on a well, what did I call it earlier? With what's his name? Stone Mountain. Were you streaming your F1 race?
Oh
I'm
yeah, we
busy.
were. But we have the
A
Apple TV.
party, a watch party. Are you watch
No
party?
watch party.
Yep. So
No.
how was the race?
The
So
race was phenomenal.
El Tiki is a big F1 fan.
Yes.
F1 meaning that it's a race of
Formula One.
Look, I started drinking at like 10:30 this morning. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, everybody needs to be nice.
I want to know how did you end up breaking some mugs? What were you doing?
Yeah, what happened?
Me breaking mugs?
I heard you broke mugs.
You literally posted that you broke a mug.
Oh, yeah. So during the week, I've started seaming every day. I try to seam 3 mugs so I can get 14 mugs seamed a week. And I wasn't really paying attention, and I just knocked it down, and it fell, and it was really sad. And Manny was laughing because it hadn't happened to me. So
Tell me how you
seam 14 mugs. What?
Tell me about seaming.
Are you okay, Nate?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not as bad as I was
I
last
don't
week.
think we're laughing with Nate. I think we're laughing at Nate.
Everybody laughs at me. That's why my boat was called the public figure, because
You're
that's
Nate the
what
Great.
happens.
Yeah.
So what happens with seaming?
What happens with seaming? Whenever you pull the mug out of the plaster mold, it's gonna have edges you got to take off. Let's not use the word seaming
Or pull out.
Or pull out, right?
or pull out.
When you remove the mug from the casing.
When you take the mug out, you got to remove the excess
Yes.
before you.
You have to do all the corners, right? You got to strip off like all the excess.
Yeah,
Right?
all the excess that
Okay.
comes out, and I'm just making it worse for you. I'm waiting till you can get some self-restraint, Nate.
Oh, what is the website for the mugs? Face Bokuzer is asking us.
That's-
Straight from France.
Morio, for some reason. I don't know why he's not showing up now, but it's Morio.
Okay.
Hey, Joseph. Joseph's watching, Mr. Rumman himself. By the way, we went through an entire bottle of that Tanduay yesterday, and yeah, I need to buy more now. That's actually
just so you guys know, we're working on another hangout friendship co-sponsorship hangout thing. Can't read my lips. But yeah, we're looking to hang out with a Tanduay rum. What's up, Joseph? Thanks for joining. Yeah. So what else? So we have to take all the corners out. You have to make it look pretty. You have to there's a lot that goes into making a mug. It's not just
Yeah. I mean, when I take it out of that mold, it is not pretty. I lose detail, not from the mold itself, but whenever I'm taking those edges off, and then I use a sponge to clean it up, make it look nice and fresh, I'll lose some of the wood grain detail that I put in. So I've gotten down to a math of it takes me 30 minutes to get all those edges off and get everything looking nice and smooth. And then it takes me about an hour to go back, add all of the wood grain texture back, make sure that all the knuckles look right, not wonky, adding back wrinkles into the knuckles. So it's a lot of work that goes into each one.
sounds like it.
Can you show us one? Do you have one by your side right now that you'd like to show us? Or you're not prepared? I guess Manuel was not ready for this when he
Manuel.
with his Xbox headset on. So what made you want to What made you want to do this stuff?
I had been thinking about it for a couple years. We started collecting mugs years ago, and I was always interested in the idea of sculpting. And initially, this just started, I wanted to sculpt. I wanted to do something fun. I came from a creative background. I worked in theme entertainment for about a couple years. Didn't really have the best experience in it. And I kind of went a totally different direction, which is not as creative, a lot more analytical. I draft. But so I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to do something creative. So I decided after meeting Oakwash one day at the Polynesian and just asking questions about clay, not even about making mugs, just like what kind of clay do you use? What kind of tools do you use? And then like Omar got super hyped up and he's just like, yes, so, a chicken tiki, like get into it, try to make it a mug. I was like, I don't know about that.
What
But
up, Foxy Book?
he was super supportive, and he's like, if you ever need help, just reach out to me. So I think that week I went out and bought some monster clay, sculpted. Well, this isn't the sculpt, but this is one of my artist proofs in the work. And
Nice.
That's
did
awesome.
that. So I picked Haunted Mansion because it was the first tiki mug I bought, was, you know, the Disney Haunted Mansion series from Trader Sam's.
That made in like 2 pieces put together, or like, what do you mean by seaming? Like what, like where would the seams be?
So my plaster mold is 5 pieces. So I have a piece in the front for all sides, and then the bottom. So when I take it apart, there's literally a seam all along the edge,
right,
on all corners. So I have like a big one, like right along the backside of the hand. Made my life difficult. All these knuckles, I have seams here, and all here. So I have to take that off, and then I don't know if you could see like adding
So
back.
can we assume that seaming is removing the ridges, or removing where you take the mold apart from there, because it has to fill some kind of a crack, correct? Because not everything is perfectly.
Yeah, and especially me, that I literally drove to Louisiana to go to Omar's shop, and he showed me how to make a master mold. Okay. So, you know, this is my first mold. For my first mold, it's beautiful, but with enough experience, you know, my next one will be better. So
I'm still waiting for one.
I don't know if it can get much better than that. I love the way that the face, like the teeth, the clock is indented just like it is on the ride. It doesn't matter what ride it is.
That's scary ride.
You know, when you see the shadow of it, the actual clock sticks out from it and captures inside the shadow of the teeth. I mean, it looks really good, and the eyes are just like, you know, very semen-y.
Couldn't resist.
Oh, child.
And also, when you like right there, if you don't look at your hands, it actually looks like you're holding it. Like those are your fingers, correct? That's your hand.
Elongated fingers, yes. I didn't have anyone home when I decided to throw a hand onto it, so I was just awkwardly putting my hand on the sculpt and taking pictures, and then rolling out pieces of clay to mimic my fingers and sticking it on, and going from there. I've never sculpted before in my life. I mean, if you want to count like middle school art class sculpting, but I don't really count that. So this was all new to me. It's, as you can tell, it's not anatomically correct, because clearly like that's not a wrist, and that's not the point. My whole point was that when you're on the ride, you see that hand shadow.
Yeah. Right.
But you don't know where the hell the hand comes from. So in my mind, it's like a monster, you know, it's a monster clock, but maybe there's a monster that lives in the clock.
So how many ounces will that clock hold?
I have no idea yet, because I haven't put water in it. So to test out how big, I mean, it's pretty big though. Like
it is. I mean, it's definitely, in my guess, it'd probably be like 20 ounces, if not more.
Probably.
Yeah. So definitely 24 probably. Someone from France is writing in and asking, imagine if it glows in the dark. Will those glow in the dark?
That is Heather.
Thank you, Fateh Bakouzer.
I might test it out like with a SLTD to see. There aren't really glow in the dark glazes.
Okay.
And I could.
Are they not food safe? Like.
Yeah, they're not food safe. So what I could maybe do is like an enamel after I glaze it.
Yep.
But I wouldn't want to guarantee that to anyone without knowing how it'll work.
Sure.
And obviously how much it'll cost me to buy a bunch of glow in the dark enamel, and how that will affect the color underneath. Because when you layer anything, you have to account for how that will affect the color. So it could just like put a white cast over it, so then that green is going to look dull down if I put the enamel, or it could darken it. So I'd have to test it out. Maybe that could be an SLTD later down the road. But
for those of you who don't know, SLTD means super limited edition, which means a very, very small run.
Yeah.
So how many of these are you thinking about producing, LTG? Like, do you have a number in mind, or are you still up in the air on like how production goes, or what colors you're looking at, or anything like that?
So I've definitely gone back and forth on number, talking to people like yourself, people in the community that are collectors, people that make mugs. I've really valued the input from other people. Initially, when I said, I'm like, oh, I'm doing this for fun, I'll do 50. And then like everyone was like, you're crazy. It's Haunted Mansion. Like everyone's going to be pissed if you just do 50 because people are going to want that. And then I was just like, oh, geez, okay.
Yep.
Well, maybe I'll do 150. And then that's kind of been a number in my head. I'm like, I can maybe do that, but I work full time. I have a 40-hour a week job. I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I'm a foster mom to kittens that
You're an amazing one of all of those too, El Tiki. I would like to say that to you as well.
Thank you. So
He's still not getting over one mug.
I have a lot on my plate and I don't want to burn myself out. So, I might stagger it. I might release per kiln load. Is kind of what I'm looking at now, just because people have been really eager. Like people send me messages on Instagram. They're like, I'll give you money now. I'm like, no. Like, I don't even know if I can do this yet. I'm on like towards the end of the APs. I've just bought a spray gun. I'm going to do a black underglaze over it, do a wipe. So hopefully all of the nooks and crannies will collect all of the black to make everything pop more. Sure. And then I'm waiting for my clear coat to come in, a matte clear coat. So we'll see. But yeah, I people have been super supportive of me through this whole adventure. Nate, Sean, obviously my husband.
And Heather believes in you as well.
Huh?
Heather believes in you.
Thank you. So we'll see.
I'm watching my phone just to see who's messaging.
Who the Fashe book people are.
Yep.
Yes. So we'll see. Once I get the AP, I'll really like settle down on what exactly I'm going to do. But I haven't really wanted to be concrete just because things change, things happen. I want to make sure that what I produce is quality, people want, and what I'm happy with. Because I essentially made a mug that I wanted for myself.
Sure.
And to my own collection.
Too. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you said kiln load. So just so everybody knows, like when you make this stuff, it comes out very, very soft, very malleable, pliable, and it has to sit in order to harden. And then it has to go into a kiln to be fired into almost like lava so that it can then cool off again and then dry out. Like, tell us about that process. Like, how long does that take? Like, and how many can you do at a time? Just so people understand, like, how come you're not doing 600 of them? How come you're not, that kind of stuff?
So I currently have 7 production molds made. And the kind of schedule that me and Manny have come up with is that we will, on a max week, we'll do 14 pours a week. So we'll do 7 a day, essentially. We stopped kind of doing the back-to-back because it's really laborsome. Each plaster mold, when it's filled, weighs a good 45 pounds.
Yeah. No, I poured them out.
I had Nate come. Nate's like, oh, yeah, I want to help you make mugs. I'm like, okay, you come, you do that. And then he's like, oh, this is heavy. I'm like, well, yes, it is.
And then it cost you guys $35 in donuts for my son to eat 2 donuts. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least he enjoyed the donuts. They're really good donuts. But yeah, so it's really labor intensive doing the actual slip pouring, and I don't have a slip table. We literally MacGyvered our own little table so that way when we pour out all that slip, we can let it sit and drain out any excess into this table that we built.
On the parchment paper, by the way, folks, I mean, all this stuff is not inexpensive to do. I mean, the slip table with the dowels alone, just pouring it onto parchment paper, you're talking a few $100 just to dump stuff out that you're not going to use again.
Yeah.
Just a place to put it out. But
yep. So
Oklahoma, who's from Oklahoma?
Travis Martin.
Travis Martin, what's up, man? How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we're talking to El Tiki tonight about her. You're muted, Sean.
I know, because there's a really loud, obnoxious car behind me.
Oh, I thought you were doing gas.
No.
Mute.
No, just obnoxious cars.
So yeah, just so you guys know, it's not just making the mold. Like the mold costs money. You have to make the mold, you have to cast it, you have to buy the ingredients for it. I was with Manny when he bought it initially, and he's gone back 3 or 4 times now to buy more stuff, right? So far?
3 times.
Right. And it's a very labor intensive, very expensive project to do. So
And we're trying to do as much as possible of paying up front, just because being so new, I don't want to have to rely 100% on a pre-order system.
sure.
I want to at least get some credibility of producing something quality so I can build trust with people before
Definitely.
saying like, hey, here's what I'm doing, trust me enough to give me money. Like I don't feel comfortable with that. Like there's people that are reputable that I would trust giving them my money, but no one knows me. Like I'm just, a little
Yeah, but
old
you're
me.
so pretty. Like everybody should trust pretty people. Pretty people are awesome. I
I don't
trust
know.
Sean. He's
Sometimes
very
pretty
pretty.
people are not the ones you should trust.
Sean, I should not trust you anymore, is what LT just told me.
I mean,
All right, so you pour it, you let it sit, it
Yeah.
dries out. How many can you take at a time? And where do you have to go to fire these? Because right now you are not
Well,
ready for.
So, well, first I sculpted, and that took me about like 60 hours because I've never sculpted.
Right.
And so I just would mess up and go
And
back.
that's just modeling clay. You sculpt it and decide what you want to make.
Yeah. So it took me a while just because I've never sculpted before. Once I had that done, we went to Okwash's studio. He showed me how to make plaster, which was weird
I'm
but
gonna try to share this.
enlightening. He literally made me put my hands in the bucket with him and stir the plaster like
So
was
like Ghost.
it was
Yes,
Ghost. Totally Ghost.
Manny
Yep.
also wasn't in the studio at the time.
But he was
in the
upset
bathroom.
because Patrick Swayze was teaching you how to be a ghost.
Yes. So literally he walks back into the studio and sees Omar and me like with our hands like this, and he's like, feel the clumps, break up
Doing
the
ghosts.
clumps.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So it was a good experience because I actually learned what to expect from plaster and the chemical reaction and everything. So I'm happy that I learned because now I have really nice plaster. But once I made that, I had to let it dry for like 2 weeks because it's just so filled with moisture, and had a fan set on it. And then after that, we had to make silicone molds since I'd be making, a large number of these guys.
Right.
And so we made the silicone, which is probably the most expensive part of this adventure because silicone is not cheap at all. I think we spent about close to $1,000 just on silicone.
Wow.
Luckily, we didn't have to spend more. Like we didn't waste any, but this is a big mug. Like my sculpt is huge.
So how many times can you reuse the silicone mold?
Indefinitely.
Oh, so it doesn't like get bad after a while?
No, it's indefinite. You would ask earlier, like how many I'm going to do, how many colors. I have decided I'll probably do a max of 3 colors in the lifespan of me in this tiki adventure world. It's going to be time. I want, to do things in between, but I do have the silicone mold for that purpose of being able to do, a few additions, a few colorways, SLTDs, like I mentioned before. So this was the next step in making this mug. And then by having this, like I said, we were able to create 7 production molds, which is all that really fits on my slip table that I built, which is perfect, honestly, because like I said, I try to do at least 3 a day. And when I say do, like Manny will do all of the casting for me, which is about a 3.5-hour process. So because we're so new to this and we want to make sure everything's perfect, we pour at a 10-minute increments, and we do stuff in the garage, or he does stuff in the garage. In between that, he'll pour every 10 minutes into a mold, and we let it sit for about 35 minutes to collect a thick enough wall to at least what I like. And from there, he dumps it out, and then we have to let it sit for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. It really depends on the temperature, which I learned the hard way a while ago. For anyone who's followed me, I had a very Dali-esque clock that just literally like melted.
Right.
The walls were way too thin. Yeah, it was pretty sped. It was pretty sped looking, but it was
also you have to keep refilling it, right, to make sure that the level doesn't go so far down, because you only have a little bit of an opening at the top.
All that plaster sucks up all the moisture, so essentially in layman's terms, it's liquid clay, and that plaster will suck up the water molecules, and then the walls of that plaster collects the solidified clay.
Sure.
and then you dump out to have that, thickness, and obviously hollow it out. So we have to let it sit.
So right now, I don't mean to interrupt you, but right now there are none for sale. These are not pre-orders that you're going to do this. I'm just trying to catch up with everybody who's asking questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm trying not to do pre-order. I did play with the idea of doing like a Tiki Diablo deposit style.
Sure. Yep.
And that was initially when I thought like, oh, I'm going to do a large number up front and I'm going to spend the next like 6 months of my life doing this. And then talking to, my husband, he's like, there's other things that you want to sculpt. Like you didn't do this just to make tiki mugs. You did this as a hobby, something fun. He's like, so, maybe consider doing smaller batch, doing it in runs, but limiting the addition.
Right.
So that way I don't get burnt out on doing the same thing over and over. Cause I pretty much pool 16-hour days between my day job and then doing this either on my lunch break, which consists of me eating like an Uncrustable sandwich and an apple. And
at least you're not eating the crust. Can you so now that we're being shared in Trader Sam's mug trading, can you just give everybody a quick glimpse of the sculpt again, or the mug again? I don't know what stage you want me to.
And once it does become available, guys, we'll definitely post a link in Drunk Disney Dad. So
absolutely. Yep. So double eyes. Look at that hand. That's actually her hand. The other hand that she's holding, that's not even hers. That's her cat's hand. That's actually modeling it right now. So that is the monster clock from El Tiki. Fache Book gave us some thumbs up. These are not a pre-sale. They are not for sale right now. Just for all of you that are just joining us.
Do you have a rough time frame of when you're hoping to have some available?
Well, definitely before Oasis. That's my main goal. I neurotically plan down to like the day, almost hour, if I try to do the whole run as is. But that's basically having no life and working 16-hour days till like July. And I don't know if I want to burn myself out that bad.
Probably not.
So that's why like I've gone, like maybe I should do 50 at a time and do that. I also want to sculpt an orange bob. I live where Nate lives, Claremont,
orange bob. Holy cow, that's an orange bird. And this is a bob.
It'd be a combination of this guy and that guy.
Oh yes, so this was Manny's boo-boo.
Manny's boo-boo.
Manny's boo-boo.
This is one of those other euphemisms. This is a Manny's boo-boo.
Manny's boo-boo.
What did Manny try to do?
He attempted to help me with seaming, Nate. Not
Manny's a seamer.
I'm going to drink more rum now. Every time you say seaming, I'm doing a shot. How about that?
And he got really trim happy with taking off the edge here. And
see if you can't keep setting me up like that.
I'm doing it on purpose, Nate. So he got a little excited with removing clay. And he
trim happy, excited. My goodness, this went to porn.
And now there's a hole in it.
So now there's a hole in it because the whole hand like went concave.
I don't even want to know what caused that hole, but it seems like
I caused the hole. So I decided like everyone's making lamps and I just broke it. See?
How do you make things hollow inside? That's a good question.
Well, Nate does that to us every day.
I broke your lamp. So something else about clay, guys, is that when it dries to greenware, it is super fragile.
And you broke my lamp.
And I broke his lamp. We
So
can
that's
make
two mugs you broke this
We
week.
can make. This wasn't a mug. This was a lamp. You can't count it.
Lamp mug.
Oh, whoa! Wait a minute. I thought this was a mistake, and now this is a lamp. Tell us more about your lamp making. What are you doing over here?
This only became a lamp because Manny messed it up, and he's like, "Let's make it a lamp because everyone's making a lamp, and Oakwash made a lamp, and let's just do it." So then I cut all the holes out for him to amuse him. But in moving this around, greenware is super fragile. And
what
this
is greenware?
really,
Can you tell everybody what greenware is for those of us who don't know what greenware is?
So once you're done with cleaning up the mug, adding back all the detail, you have to let it dry. And it needs to get dry enough to be what is called greenware to put in the kiln. You don't want moist, like that word. Is that a word? we're not going to get a laughing out of that one.
The only thing worse you could say is moist panties. That's the worst thing you could ever say in life. That's the worst 2 words you could ever say in life.
Don't get your panties moist on the Davenport.
No.
That's Sean's bugaboo right there.
Yep. But speaking of mugs, how do you make them be hollow inside?
So when you pour your slip into the mold, you have to let it sit for a while. And once that clay, all the plaster pulls out the water from the clay and the clay builds up on the edges of that mold, you will pour it out and that's how it becomes hollow. And so everything that's left, you have that clay that's lined that plaster, and in the inside you have a hollow hole.
Clay lined plaster, hollow mold, moist panties. That's what we learned today.
So do you have to spray the inside to make them like food safe?
Yeah, you have to use food safe glazes and underglazes. And underglaze isn't food safe. You have to add a clear coat to it. So
but you glaze the inside of the mug too?
Yeah, for sure. I haven't gotten there yet. I have a couple that I want to try out. I'm gonna try a purple speckled, since I have a green hand.
It's hard to do inside.
No, because there's
glazes. You dump it in and switch it around.
No. There's glazes out there that will have a reaction when fired to speckle.
Gotcha.
So I found one that I like, but because I'm using a stoneware rather than a low fire clay, it's going to be fired at a higher temperature. So those speckles may or may not burn out. I don't know. We'll find out. That's the whole point of APs, is just really trying to figure out what your clay that you picked and the firing temperature is going to, what it's going to do.
So AP means artist proof. Like yes. They do a run of one to say, okay, here's the glaze I want to use. Here's the one I want to try. And then if it comes through, they're like, okay, yay. And if not, they throw it in the trash. Or you sell it as a 101 artist proof for $12,000 and everyone buys it because moist panties.
Ew.
Yes. Speaking of Nate's moist panties, don't forget that starting last Sunday through this 26th, whoever's the most active on the Drunk Disney Dads community is going to win a $25 gift card. So we will let you know who won that on next Sunday, the 27th. But just so you know, you have this week. So start posting, commenting.
Comment, memes, gifts, whatever you want. Like I put up all the random stuff just because I'm part of this awesome group right now that just posts things all the time. So I just kind of share it to the group. But the most active person will win a $25 Disney gift card because obviously Disney. So please, by all means, flood the page, share it. The more you share, the more chance you have to win. The more you comment, the more chance you have to win. Like, we can see all that. So, and also I want to say, and I did mention it the other night during my wine walk before I had 20 glasses of wine, that welcome all the new members to all of you who just joined us.
We've had quite a few the last couple of weeks.
What's that?
We've had quite a few the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we have. We've really ramped up. We've gotten over, I think, 110 in the last week. We've had 110 more followers, and I want to say thank you for following us. Mostly because we wear our shirts everywhere, and people are like, "Oh my god, your shirt's so awesome!"
I've already started to get comments from people like, "Hey, I was at AppCon. I saw someone with the Drunk Disney Dad shirt on." I'm like, "Who was it?" They're like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Awesome!"
Right.
So if you have one on and you're in a park, take a picture, let us know, post it, win some.
Yep, post it. The more reactions you get, the more chances you have to win a $25 gift card to Disney. And who doesn't want a gift card to Disney because it costs $25 just to get your nails done there.
I mean, it won't even pay for parking at this point, but
no,
it's okay.
It wouldn't.
No. But once you get inside, you can get a cotton candy and maybe have a popcorn. It's really awesome.
You can do half a tequila flight.
No, you can get one shot of tequila, no tip, and you have to leave a medium.
Who posted? I saw someone post recently. I don't know who, but about the most expensive drink at Epcot. Someone said the tequila flight, like $380 for half an ounce of each tequila.
No, that's if you do what do they call that person who takes you up?
Añejo.
Anvil?
Añejo.
You do all that, Diego.
No, the person who takes you off to the side, you do the table service, and they do that whole thing. I think that's about three change. A full tequila flight, because I do them a lot, and I hate tequila, but because I'm trying to get from zero to hero. Hey, girl, what's happening? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. It's about $38, $40, I think.
What's up?
Mhm.
How many tequilas do you get? Like 4 or 5?
To get
All
the
right,
four.
Do you want to come talk
Four
about tequila?
shot is about that, and then it's about
Not
$20
mezcal.
more to get the 6 shot if you're sitting there and they come over and explain what everything is.
It's
But,
mezcal. No one wants tequila. They want mezcal.
Oh my god.
Bye, Joe.
What's up, Manny? What's up, whipped cream?
I don't know, Sean. You're lucky you lived. I heard you spilt
Yeah.
whipped cream all over him.
Yep.
I don't recall that whatsoever. Like,
Oh, there's.
I remember pouring the kids shots of whipped cream, but I don't remember.
And then you
spitting
started
whipped
pouring
cream.
it in your mouth, and then you just
And then
started like
spitting.
spewing it all over him.
Yeah, literally, he showed me his shirt. He's like, "Look at my shirt. It's covered in whipped cream and
It's
Sean's
in my
spit."
beard. It's in my hair. It's in my ear.
I'll have to go back
everywhere.
and
Oh,
listen. Well, I'll have to go back and watch the cameras.
Yes.
I literally had to get a free Uber ride home because of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Your mother-in-law came to the rescue and brought my husband home to me before he killed Sean.
Yep. Truth be told.
Well, I'm sure he did something to deserve it. So,
Oh, champagne at the France Pavilion. Do you have Fate book? Do you have any
that's where
prices
you get
for
that
it?
Dom Perignon. You can get
Yeah.
that for like 100 some or 80
Yeah.
bucks for like a half a shot or something.
Really? Because they only serve them in those the short plastic flutes, correct? I believe.
But I think the Dom Perignon, you don't. I think you legit just get like a shot glass full.
Really?
Really? That
Yeah.
sucks.
I think you can
I
buy
know
a
it's
bottle
like
for
it's
60
super
bucks.
expensive too. I mean, I bought my wife a bottle for her birthday a couple years back, and it was not that special. Like I
Mm-mm.
paid $300 for just some normal tasting champagne. Like
Also, champagne gives me a headache and hard
Mine
pass
too.
for me.
me too.
Makes me want to sleep.
What are you guys drinking tonight? Help us out here. There's a lot of Fate books here tonight.
But
Also, if you have any questions for El Tiki, besides how do you make it hollow, how moist are your things, and slip casting, which and greenware. Don't ask about greenware. I've asked her seriously like 4 times what greenware is. She's like, "Could you please shut up? It's not weed." And it's not
not weed.
Yeah.
It's
Skipper
definitely
Sean
not
is sitting in a cascade of green right now, though. Oh, now it's white. Oh, look at all the colors you have. So you sit on your lanai now, huh?
Who?
You're the only one.
You.
Well, both of you are. Both of you are sitting in your lanai.
Well, it's like 80 degrees out and super nice.
It's like 70 degrees out, and Bear Grylls is behind me. I try to change up my background all the time. Usually it's like Trader Sam's window or something like that. But tonight it's Bear Grylls, but you can't see his face.
I have color changing lights.
Is that a euphemism?
Yes, it goes from blue to white to green.
Well, that was just a Manny face. I didn't even mean to do that at all.
They missed your face.
What's Manny drinking? Where's Manny? Is he drinking tonight?
He is not drinking tonight since I've taken over his computer.
Ripple tequila and diet.
Ripple tequila and diet cranberry. Tell us what that involves. Do you like actually pour 3 shots of tequila and like how much cranberry? Like give us the ratio that you're dealing with.
Diet cranberry.
And you said you're drinking rum and fruit juice.
There
Rum
he is.
and
Man.
mango juice.
Manny, get a haircut. You look like a chooch.
Please. He does. He has to get one like tomorrow, thankfully.
Bro, just go outside and get that weed whacker you got. Just like
Got a little whipped cream stuck in there still.
no.
Fucker.
I love you.
I guess we can still use it, right?
Yes.
Tito's and
It's fine.
Topo Chico.
You can smash it.
That's
I do
so
want to
cool.
smash a broken one.
Is that seltzer? I think that's a seltzer. No? Tito's and Topo Chico?
I mean, you could try to fix it. if you
Yeah,
want.
that's seltzer. Topo Chico's that seltzer.
What flavor Topo Chico are you doing? Because we had that stuff for a while too, and I drank all of it. But
It's true, you did.
yeah, it's not that bad at all. Oh, wait a minute! Oh, I couldn't upload the picture of my boat because I downloaded it as an HEIC file, which I don't really know what that means, but
What the hell is that?
Well, and you were in the wrong stream, so there's that.
I can't even believe that was happening. I was like, "Where is everybody? I'm gonna have to start this by myself." And then all of a sudden, I was like, I looked and Facebook was up, and I was like, "Shit!" How do I get out of here?
We were
waiting. I was just like, man, where is this
I was
guy?
like, man, Nate's that drunk?
Oh no! Last week was something else. That was a whole
3
different.
of the large shit glasses.
Okay, that's maybe. Can you please make it kid friendly in here, please? Because
So we need some shit glasses and some Diet Cranberry.
Diet
all
Cranberry,
right,
something.
I'm
I don't know if
on
that'd be my
Amazon
jam.
right now ordering shit glasses.
I don't know what kind of exams you've taken, but I hope they're prostate exams because
Oh, gross!
No.
Jesus, where did this go?
shit.
We're taking prostate exams.
With moist
Nobody
panties.
knows what's happening. Let's see, desktop. Let's see if I did. I saved it. Hold on. Everybody that's still watching, we have 117 people still watching. Hold on.
They're waiting to see your boat. Do we know yet if it actually floats?
I've been on it. Manny was in the back. I tried to knock him off of it, but it was unsuccessful. But he was watching an F1 race, so I'm not really sure if that matters. There you go.
There it
Ladies and
is.
gentlemen, the public figure right there. That is my boat.
Manny and B.
It's a 19.5 foot bayliner bow rider. Bow rider meaning that you can sit in the bow, and if you see that big black cable over by Manny's face while he's watching another F1 race next to the WD-40 bottle, that is gone because we removed that last night.
Is Finn holding the boat up for you?
Oh my god. That's happening right now. Shot. Sorry, shot glasses. Okay. Oh my goodness
And
gracious.
she's making love to Zombie Bob.
Yep. Zombie Bob.
With your history of breaking glasses, you probably don't want to be holding that.
Yeah. Also true.
Great glasses. That's Manny. Greenware doesn't count. And this was already broken. Let's be real.
True that.
So
Also, you're not getting your money back if that breaks. Just so you know.
It went to a good.
Those of you who don't know that is a Muntiki Zombie Ham Bob. That is run of 100. That is the most rare one, the orange one, with a red hand, that a red zombie hand that holds it. Please, Vanna, can you show us the rest of the mug?
Wait, lift it up so I can see. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, there you go.
That's the rarest.
That is that. Besides the SLTD, which is a zombie Bob with a zombie hand, yes, that is the most rare. Is the orange.
I love it.
I know.
It's happy in its new home, Nate.
I don't know who you're talking to. I did not sell it to you. And also, thank you for helping me buy my boat.
Yes.
By buying that mug. Because that's.
Do you have any mugs left, Nate?
What's that?
Do you have any mugs left?
I have a bunch.
Oh, he has plenty.
I have
We were just there last
all
night.
of my shelves are still full.
Yes.
Like, they're literally all full still. But those were the big ones. Those are the ones that helped. But I still have. Oh yeah, no, I'm looking at them right now. Hey, Dad. So yeah. Well, Tiki, it was great having you on tonight. It was great seeing Manny. Manny, what are you doing?
House stuff.
He's
What?
House
Being-
stuff.
He's being
House
helpful.
of what?
stuff.
Pacing?
No. I'm not Handy Mandy tonight. I'm Manny the housekeeper tonight.
Does Handy Manny do moist panties? Hey, everybody! Look what I did tonight. $23. You get a Drunk Disney Dad shirt and a swizzle. $23.
I saw that. I thought Nate was drunk, and I'm like, does he realize what he did? But-
I mean, that's a jumbo shrimp.
I thought you like transpose numbers or something.
No, it's just that's what we can sell them for and ship them for without me losing, like literally losing money. That pretty much breaks us even. But I wanted to do something nice tonight because we had El Tiki on. I'm trying to plug her. I mean, no, that came out wrong.
Whoa. You're trying to what?
Oh,
Did you say
Whoa.
my wife?
Moist Tiki's plugs.
Whoa.
What happened?
God.
We need to, there's some skullduggery going on here tonight, folks.
Skullduggery, that's right.
Skullduggery.
Okay, so here's my project. Here's my homework for this week. I'm going to go back to the liquor store. I'm going to get some more of those dollar plastic shot things to find out if there's anything else besides skullduggery, because the last 4 that I got all said skullduggery on the back, and we can't just live on skullduggery. Although it's like the greatest thing I've ever seen, and skullduggery is a great word for a pirate.
Speaking of pirates, that mug came out today.
Pirate mug came out today.
Oh, that's cool. So wait a minute. See if there's anything else important going on. No comments. But that was nice. Good plug. Josh from Lost Temple Tiki Temples in the Temple of Temples could not join us tonight because he was making baby food for I'm not gonna say it, but we do want Josh to come back on. He's just very busy with baby life right now.
Yep.
But we had El Tiki, and that's way more important.
No.
I do believe that we're going to have a special guest coming on soon that I talked to this evening that nobody has seen in a long time. He kind of looks something like somebody that you know. I mean, kind of like they kind of have the same facial features.
Michael Bolton?
It's not this. Okay. It wasn't that. It might closely resemble this.
Oh,
I
wait,
said
wasn't that the
closely.
same person on those 2 photos?
Yes, it was. It was.
I thought that was both Dave.
We really want to see this guy.
Well, I mean,
But
Was the sun in his
also,
eye or was he crying there?
but also, you know what? You know what I'm going to work on too. I think we all need to revisit and get back into our hearts a little bit of music from our friend Scotty Kilwine. Okay.
yeah.
So for those of you who haven't gone to Jelly Rolls lately, or since it's been back open, please go by there. I was there the other night, not the other night, but a couple of weeks ago when Sean had my skullduggery and was chasing me around the parks and trying to give me a ride home when I ran away. But Scotty is one of the most creative people. He even deals with people who look like this when they go in there.
And try to record.
And like this. You ever broken your nose in a Wilderness Lodge pool? Well, I have. But Scotty Kilwine plays great music. He does mashups that you can't even imagine. And he does so much cool stuff. Yes. Yeah. Great time.
It is fun.
Jelly Rolls. And it's over on Boardwalk. If you haven't been, please go. It's like a $5 cover charge or like maybe $8. But you go in and there's just a bunch of live music happening with pianos and lots of shots that are overpriced, so bring your own. But yeah, and don't go live there because you get yelled at. Because I tried that tonight and I got almost kicked out of that place for trying to do a Drunk Dizzy Dad stream, and then I yelled at everybody, including my family, and I had to leave after I said like $300 there at shots and stuff like that. But so yeah, I mean that's it. El Tiki, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you, Manny, for doing housework behind him. And what else? What else do we have? Spring break crowds were ridiculous. Sean passed out during St. Patrick's Day at least 3 times. I fell down on his grass and maybe fell asleep for a minute. I took an Uber home. I did not drive. And what else was eventful?
You bought a boat.
And you bought a boat.
I bought a boat.
That's pretty eventful.
Yeah,
And you didn't let Manny drive it.
Yep. I would not let Manny drive it because the police were there. True story. Okay, Manny, stop being a bitch. The police were there literally waiting for me to stop driving the boat. Okay. They wouldn't even let the guy park it so I could test drive it. And then he's like, "Oh, you didn't let me drive it." I'm like, the police are right there staring at us saying, "Get off the lake." So skullduggery. LTU is making a great mug that everybody should buy and is going to buy because it's ridiculous and it's going to be. You said it's going to be like $6,000.
What? No.
5,500. Sorry, 5,500.
I haven't figured out price yet.
Gotcha.
I
Or
need to
edition
figure
size.
out.
Or edition size.
Edition size is more solidified. Price, not so much, just because I don't know exactly what AP I'm going to go with, all the material I need to buy, all that fun stuff.
When you
So,
say solidified, do you have a number in mind?
edition number?
It's so cold. Yeah.
Edition number max I think I'll do with this is 150 each colorway. But like I said earlier, it's probably going to end up being in batches, just
Okay.
because I'm one person working a day job. I'm a wife. I'm a mom.
Wow, I thought you had two people working there. Apparently, Manny's not there working. So that's cool. I mean, I hope you get a good job doing it by yourself, all alone, by yourself.
He helps a little. He's going to help a lot when it comes to glazing.
Wow, you guys have a lot to talk about. I can see that.
No, he helps with glaze. He's going to help glaze. He doesn't trust himself when it comes to cleaning all the edges off, because as you saw with the broken clock face thing,
he's afraid of the semen.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
He's afraid of it. Yep.
So,
but again, once I get the AP down, I'll post pictures on my Facebook and Instagram. And
follow El Tiki at El Tiki at Gabby is awesome at not at Manny does not help me except for a little bit.
No, he's super helpful.
He's
the EL to my LE, okay, guys?
Crying. Well, he's got his
Manny's starting to cut your friendship bracelet off.
Uh-oh.
He just
had a chance to get in.
You know why? Because he needed his wrists to flex so he could play some more Call of Duty. That's why he was doing it.
Elden Rings.
Does anyone do March Madness brackets? Is anyone even remotely close at this point? Because every team just lost.
Really?
Including the Wisconsin Badgers just right now. So that's fun.
Yeah, but the Brewers won today, didn't they?
Is it baseball season? The only reason I know that is because Nate posts about the Boston Red Sox daily.
Yeah, of course I'm going to. Oh, you know who lost today? The Yankees fucking lost.
Ferrari won. That's all I care about. Ferrari won first and second in the
Ferrari won. Is that what F1 stands for? Ferrari won.
Ferrari won.
Hey, the Brewers won today, and they're 2-0. Chooch.
See,
there you go. Yeah, they beat the San Diego Padres. And the Red Sox won today. Let me just tell you. Oh, they're 4-0 against they beat the 0-2 Orioles. Hey, knock knock.
Who's there?
Owen.
Owen who?
0-2 fucking Orioles. Woo!
Stupid.
That's all good. So for all of you that are still watching, all 110 of you, we appreciate you coming by and checking us out tonight. El Tiki joined us tonight and showing us her mug. Show it off one more time.
There it is. Work it. Work
in progress. It's still got to go.
Maybe you should add a red ass to the backside of that one too.
I don't know. I don't know if this could be a booty mug, but I might have an idea in the future of what to do with a booty mug.
Okay.
I think I know an idea of what you could do with that hand in the future. I mean, so that's a mug,
Whoa,
and LT's making it. Yep. Manny had no anything to do with it, so I'm
Yeah,
you know,
he did.
a little bit. That's right.
He does all the slip casting for me.
He's a slipper
Because he's a strong man and he can easily lift
He's
the
great at
45
semen.
to 50
He's
pounds.
great at semening that.
Oh, he did, and he helped make the silicone mold with me because it gave me way too much anxiety.
Yep.
And he built, and you and him built the workbenches that I work off of. So
We did.
that. You helped.
Absolutely did. I was glad
You're
to help.
part of this team. Maybe I'll put you to work too, so that way people can get these mugs faster, and you'll have to spend less time at Disney.
I hope I can only do a little bit of work, just like Manny, though, because I don't want to do too much.
Oh no,
work.
he's going to be soon working a lot, and maybe you will too.
Oh snap!
Guess what I saw? This guy tongue kissing my girl on the mouth. Remember that song? That was so rad. But also from Neverland Nate's Enchanted Tiki Porch, from El Tiki's Cave of Awesomeness, and from Skipper Sean's Color Changing Lanai. We are the Drunk Dizzy Dads, and we will see
And
you
Mom.
next week. And Mom. Oh, I'm sorry, Drunk Dizzy Moms. Tell your friends, Drunk Dizzy Moms, and all. I'm gonna stop doing this now.
See you next week.
Yep. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.